Hello and welcome again to another StarCraft 2 cast. Today I will be casting on Metropolis with SKMC in the right hand corner, and on the bottom we do have Liquid Taeja. He's actually one of my favorite players of all time, so I am going to be rooting for him, but that is besides the point. One of the things to note about Metropolis is that there's no ramp going up to your natural, and not to mention there's a fairly wide ramp going down into your third. Which is really inconvenient for Zerg, especially. Luckily, we have no Zerg here today, so let's get this on the road. Pile gets thrown down at a normal time. He is going to be supply blocked for a little bit. That supply depot is also going down at its normal time. Then we should be seeing a Rax after that. Both of these players are very, very skilled. My name is Embed, by the way. And this SCV, is it going out for scouting? No, it's building its racks down here. Interesting choice. I'm kind of interested to see what he does from here. The first gateway going down for our Protoss player at standard time. They're professionals. That's what they do. The refinery going down for our Terran player, and an extractor should be coming out in a bit for our Protoss a little bit later. And there it goes. Now this first Rax is almost finished. It's going to be a little bit finished before that gateway. Another pylon being thrown down for our Protoss player near the back of the mineral line. That scouting probe is going out now, and it will be scouting the wrong position first. They are close by air. That is the official name for those positions. Evernetics Core getting thrown down now. I don't think he even made a Zealot, so he is going Stalker first. I don't know, he's making a Zealot now. And this is very standard build nowadays. You get a Zealot, get a Stalker, and you do some harassment. The Terran SCV is coming out now. Is going to make his way across the map and scout this. It's not really a push. They know it's coming. However, on our Terran side, we do see a factory getting thrown down. So we may be seeing some sort of 1-1-1 or anything like that. No tech lab or reactor getting thrown down on this barracks as of the moment. He might decide to do so. Looks like he might. No, he's not going to wall off with that. This factory just about to finish. 3 Marines, a decent number, should be able. Oh, this cell didn't even go for pressure at any point. I think it was just attempting to get this SCV out and dead. And it does, which is actually not a huge deal, but it's not preferable, obviously. This starport, as I said, is coming out. The question is Banshees medevacs. Most likely we're going to see medevacs, as is the norm in a 1-1-1. But we are seeing a tech lab. Now, if this starport gets flown over to the tech lab, we will be seeing Banshees. There isn't really a doubt in my mind. That second refinery was thrown up, so we do have enough gas for some Banshees. Stargate on the research, well, not research, but the building is on the way. So we'll either be seeing Phoenixes or Void Rays, which is always exciting. Cloak on the way for those Banshees. This could be effective, as there isn't a Robo on the field yet, which means he can't get an observer, which is really inconvenient. You know, that Warp Gate research is almost done, and he's basically going mass Stalker. Another gateway on the way, so he is going 2-gate Stargate. So I've actually never seen that play before, but we'll see how it works out for MC, one of the kings of the Protoss. He is going Phoenix, so that should be able to handle the Banshee fairly well. I wonder if he was planning on Banshees, or I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking, because he has gone all ranged units, all units that can attack air. He is just going for the harassment right now, and he's going to be doing it at the perfect time, because because the Terran's units are going to be out of position quite heavily. And where do these oh, they're going over here. They're chasing the Banshee away before it gets too much help. Okay. Well, actually, that's gonna be a beautiful pickoff. That's very important. He doesn't know that he has cloak though, so this is going to be. It still has a chance to do some damage with those cloaked Banshees. Although the robots bay is on the way, facility, sorry, and he'll be able to produce an observer, and that will probably be the first one he produces out of that, which is fairly important at this point in time, just because of the fact that these Banshees will be able to do so much damage cloaked. Where is the Terran? Oh, it's second going down for Liquid Taeja. Not a surprise. Second already down for the second Nexus is already down for SKMC. +1 on the way for our Terran player. Although these Phoenix just doing a little bit of damage right before it lands isn't going to be that big of a deal. However, you don't know. It's a game of points in StarCraft. One hit point can mean it all. As I said, an observer coming out right away out of that robo facility. Missile turrets here, so he is preparing for either those Phoenixes to come back, or he's going to want to get rid of those observers. Either way, it's going to be fairly effective at doing both. And these Stalkers are getting caught a little off guard. They do manage to pick off a Marine, 2 Marines, but at the cost of a Zealot, which is about equal. Ooh, and another Stalker falls! He needs to engage a lot better than this. He is microing away as random supply depot was kind of blocking his way. The Phoenix may come to help out his Stalkers, but now he's fine with the reinforcements he's got and is able to run away fairly easily. And one thing to note is that Stalkers have 1 more range and 1 more speed than Marines, so you can actually be safe against them all day if you really tried hard enough. However, that bunker does add that +1 range to those Marines, and it makes them equal to that of the Stalkers. The Stalkers are going to try to pick off. The Banshee just showed his cards with it being invisible, and the Stalkers were trying to pick off the bunker. However, it's getting repaired by these SCVs, and it's going to be a no-go. However, most of those Marines died, which is rather unfortunate. And boom, those missile turrets go on those Phoenixes because, you know, it doesn't like them in its airspace. These are actually fairly well-placed missile turrets. They'll be able to take care of any harassment that comes here. Ooh, and a Phoenix gets picked off. I mean, not that he's going to be using Phoenix late game or anything, but it could come into play later on for taking out those medevacs and whatnot. So it's actually just a small loss. However, a loss is a loss. More gates getting thrown down for our Protoss player. He'll be up to a total of 5 gates now. He still has a couple of Stalkers, but and an engagement going down in the natural of our Terran player. He's picking off SCVs left and right, and well, Taeja is probably actually going to be able to hold this just because of the fact that this bunker is here. And oh no, this bunker is going to fall. This bunker is going to fall. Oh no. Well, it's actually pretty hard to call at this point. This bunker could fall at any second. However, it could also just survive. It looks like it is going to do that, but it is going to blow up if this mule doesn't get there. And the mule gets it. Come on. Okay, the mule is going to... Oh, no. SCV. SCV. Get over here. SCV. Ooh. Not a huge loss, but that is a loss of minerals right there. He should have tried to keep that alive with an SCV, I think. Maybe it's actually more cost efficient to have let that die and build a new one. However, I don't know the exact rate of money to, Anyways, 2 Twilight Councils on the way for our Protoss player, so he's going to be simultaneously researching Blink and Charge, it seems like, unless that was just a misclick. Stim already completed for our Terran player, plus one on the way for his armor, and combat shields as well are on the way. I can talk sometimes, believe me. So he has switched the starport over to a reactor now, so he is going to be going medevac. And it looks like we might be seeing an engagement soon. He is taking control of that Zelnaga watchtower, making sure that no enemy units are coming by. But these Phoenix, I don't think were in vision of that at the time. As I said, Blink on the way. However, he hasn't started that. He did cancel that second Twilight Council. So it does look like that was a misclick. He is going for 2 forges, so he is going to go for those double upgrades, which at this point in time he needs to catch up. 2-2 on the way for our Terran player, and this Marine Marauder ball is going to start looking fairly deadly. The MMM build, Marine Marauder medevac. +1/+1 finally on the way for our Protoss player. Twilight Archives on the way as well. Templar Archives, sorry. And with those, he'll be able to create High Templar to storm these Marines, and it should be fairly effective. Of course, you could also use Psystorm. To kill these medevacs fairly easily. These medevacs getting picked off by these Phoenixes that I said may come into play later. And these Phoenixes aren't getting targeted by the Marines, so they will fall. At least one will. And one Phoenix dies, the second one dies, and that is it for the air. As you can see, he stopped producing air out of the starport. Now he's like, yeah, no, I'm good with that. And that Psionic Storm is on the way for those Templars. They can also, of course, be... this was something a little unsuspected. The Terran player put the factory in the base of our Protoss player. So he was trying to make a Hellion. It's not going to work out, and actually it's going to end up costing him the factory. Ghost Academy on the way for our Terran player. So he is going to have those ghosts to call down a nuke, maybe, hopefully. I would like to say, but he's probably not. Just for those snipes on those Templar. And as we can see, our Protoss player is looking like he wants to take a third, which now wouldn't be a bad time to do so. There is no... Oh, but this SCV is going to spot the third at the most inconvenient time possible. So the Protoss player is going to be a little bit more... has to be a little bit more edgy as of the moment. And that nice pick off by the Protoss player, getting that one Marine. And Terran player just staying in the middle where he doesn't need to move. Terran player has the mobility as of the moment, although these Stalkers could pose a threat, and they're going to engage here. It's kind of iffy. Are concussive shells research? No, they are not. He should really have concussive shells research, especially to take out those Stalkers. However, beautiful concave by our Protoss player. Nice force fields as well, and nice storms. However, SCVs are coming into the battle. I'm not sure this is the greatest idea. However, Terran do have those mules, so it's kind of okay because they can recover even after losing every single one of their SCVs. But he really wants to end it now. These Templar need to get a good shot off, but they don't really. That was a decent storm, but Archon's getting morphed in now, the way it needs to be. And one gets taken out before it's morphed in, that's huge, before it's even able to do a little bit of damage. Morale getting focused on by those Archons. And our Terran player might overstim here. Probe's getting taken off the line. Probably should have done that a little bit ago. He is backing up to his third. He is going to take all these Stalkers. Now let's see if there's any mining going on at the base of Terran. Never mind, I don't know the short hotkey for that, so we're just going to watch the battle. And it's pretty safe to say that Taeja is going to be able to basically destroy Protoss from here. However, there could be a comeback. MC, there's the GG. I've been Embed, your host, and I'll see you guys next time.